Can you talk to us about how LA has inspired you, haunted you?
I don't know, I wasn't thinking to make a movie about Los Angeles, but when I read the story, it felt like it had so many elements to be an entertaining and interesting movie, and it couldn't be set anywhere else. The fact that they were living over the hill from all these stars was such a part of the story. So LA did become a character in the movie, and I really wanted to capture the setting and make you feel like you're really there with them, and I wanted to show the kind of LA architecture and the glimmering lights in the distance, and as just the headquarters of this part of our culture. When I read the story, I thought it was so fascinating how different it was than when I was growing up, and how they have access to so much information, and they know so much about these kind of grown up things.
So you blame the internet.
No, I mean it's a pretty particular story, but these kids were really immersed in tabloid culture that and it's but not all teenagers are like that.
Let's hope. Speaking of the particular story, you diverged a little from the Vanity Fair story. Can you talk about at what points you did and why?
I met the journalist, and she gave me all her transcripts, and I really based all my material on what she had gathered, and then I also met some of the real kids. And
what was that like?
It was interesting. Mostly when I met the boy, he told me a lot of stories and gave me little details that could help me understand their mindset, and that I put in the story, and just talking about how they kind of were stealing cars in this casual way. And when he told me that the main girl wanted to steal Paris Hilton's dog, I thought, but just things like that I couldn't make up. So it was really interesting to hear the real parts of the story. When we filmed at Paris Hilton's house, that was really her real house that she let us film in, and I couldn't imagine anything like that. So it was pretty.
So you didn't have to dress the set at all.
No, that one, everything else was invented, but that was really her house. So that was pretty unbelievable to see, because.
And there was a nightclub room, and.
Yeah, I'd heard about her nightclub room, so to see her real nightclub room was pretty amazing. And then you see you put the kids in that environment, and of course they're going to react to it. So that was fun. I wanted to show them hanging out in her room, but you give them a Paris Hilton pillow and see what happens.
Can you take us through the process of why it took so long and how your casting decisions were made?
Yeah, my casting team spent a year meeting every young actor. We just wanted to get the strongest team, and it's always exciting to discover new actors. And when it's really an ensemble like that, you need to have strong actors that can also balance a whole group and have different personalities. So we met a lot of people, and Fred Roos, my producer, who has a knack for finding young talent, helped me, and some of these kids, it was their first film, and then Emma Watson, of course, is very experienced, but I would have never thought of her in this type of role, but they met her.
She got the Valley accent down really well.
She worked really hard, and was really specific about that Calabasas accent, so it was fun to watch her transform and take it so seriously. We did rehearsals and had them spend time together in the weeks before shooting, and they would do all their fittings together, and Claire, the blonde girl, is a real LA girl, and she took them around, and then I had them watch movies that glamorized robberies to get them in that.
Like which ones?
Like Ocean's 11 and Thomas Crown Affair, and just kind of trying to make it look fun and get in the mindset of these kids who were thinking of it as a thrill, and then I had a friend leave their house one night in the Hollywood Hills, and they had to sneak in and find things.
Were they good burglars?
They were, and their whole kind of group dynamic started to come out as they were fighting over things, or how they acted in that situation, which helped in those scenes.
I have a technical question. Does no one in Los Angeles use burglar alarms? I mean, that was the most striking thing to me. We saw the burglar alarms on the walls.
Yeah, in the real story, they didn't break into any of the houses. They just snuck in windows. They didn't actually break any doors. And I think there's just a kind of a lax attitude that, nothing bad's really going to happen.
That's L.A.
Yeah.
And I know this was shot partially by the late Harris Savides. Can you talk about what it was like to work with him? He worked with you on Somewhere.
I had never shot digitally before, so when he told me he thought we should shoot digitally, I trusted him because I knew he could always make anything look beautiful, and it was trepidatious to make it change because I love film so much, and and he, helped set the look and the feeling of the film, and just gave it, a beautiful quality in a setting that's, not so beautiful. And in low light situations, you had a little more flexibility. And I just feel like you want to shoot each film in the style of the subject matter. And this one, it really suited it because it's immediate, and they're shooting on phones, and we're mixing surveillance footage. So in that, it felt like the right medium for the story. And in this film, I wanted it to really have the energy of the kids and music they'd be listening to, and just the thrill ride of having the audience experience this ride that they're on.